Welcome back. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi held a meeting with Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli and the Minister of Health, Hala Zayed, Minister of Higher Education, Dr. Khalid Abdel Ghaffar, Presidential Advisor for the Health Affairs, Dr. Muhammad Awad Tajuddin, and a number of other executives. The details. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi held several meetings on Sunday with Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and the Ministers of Health and Higher Education over a number of files and gave his directives to provide proper health care for all the citizens. Presidential spokesman Bassam Radi said during the meeting with the Health Minister Hala Zayed, President al-Sisi followed up the latest developments of the accident of the Cairo-Mansoura train crash, where he ordered to assign a special committee to investigate the incident and clarify the reasons causing it. The President also instructed to provide the medical care needed for the accident's injuries at the hospitals of Al-Qalyubiyya Governorate. In another meeting, the head of state also discussed the latest developments of the coronavirus locally and internationally in a meeting with the Prime Minister and a number of ministers. Presidential spokesman Bassam Radi said that the President was briefed latest the measures taken to curb the spread of the coronavirus, as he directed to approve any additional budgets needed for the anti-coronavirus vaccines. The situation of the coronavirus vaccination campaign were also tackled during the meeting, and the President gave his directives to continue raising awareness programs of preventive measures against the pandemic to the citizens. He also gave directives to allocate any additional financial sources needed to import the needed vaccine, while at the same time cooperate with the foreign entities to produce the vaccine locally. Meanwhile, President al-Sisi discussed the progress report of establishing a prosthetic limbs production system and means of setting an integrated database for the new system according to the latest technology and the highest technical specifications. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received a phone call from the Tunisian President Kais Saied. Presidential spokesman Bassam Radi said that the Tunisian President offered his condolences to the victims of the Toukh train incident and wished a speedy recovery to the injured and prayers to God to protect Egypt from all harm. For his part, President al-Sisi expressed his appreciation to the Tunisian President's supportive position that reflects the fraternal, solid relations between both countries. The Minister of Health headed a crisis management room to follow up on the development of the Cairo-Mansoura train incident in Toukh City, Al-Qalyubiyya Governorate. Earlier, the Ministry of Health announced that 11 people were killed and 98 others were injured in the train incident, adding that 60 ambulances rushed into the scene and carried the injured to 4 hospitals in Belha and Qalyub. Shortly after the accident, the ministry stated that some repair work was being carried out at the area where the accident took place, leading to 4 train carriages to overturn. Meanwhile, 14 injured departed the hospitals after receiving medical treatment. In a related development, the prosecution has begun the investigations into the incident after a legal team arrived at the crash scene to determine the cause of the incident. Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry held talks with the Greek counterpart Nikos Dendias in Cairo. The talks tackled boosting the distinguished bilateral relations and means of enhancing the trilateral cooperation between Egypt, Greece and Cyprus. The top diplomats also discussed the regional and the international issues of mutual concern. The National Media Authority, headed by Hussein Zain, confirmed that all the dramas and programs that are shown on its screens during the holy month of Ramadan are reviewed to maintain the content of the Egyptian society's values and traditions. The NMA stressed that it removes any scenes that may pose danger to the society and are not suitable to the traditions. Meanwhile, the Supreme Council of Media Regulation, headed by Karam Gabr, commanded an investigation with the makers of At-Tawus series after numerous complaints about the inappropriate language used that is inconsistent with the Egyptian values. And still in Egypt, the country reported 854 new coronavirus infections, bringing the total number of cases to 215,484 people since the outbreak hit the country in mid-February last year. The Health Ministry also reported 41 new deaths, bringing the total number of fatalities to 12,694. The ministry added that 544 patients were discharged from the hospitals, raising the number of those who have recovered to 162,714 people.